Hey, it's Prerak, and in today's video we're making the Polo's interior go from this to this, all LED cabin. Even in the rear footwell. This can be achieved simply by replacing the footwell lights to these genuine footwell lights by Volkswagen, or simply replacing the halogen bulb in the stock housing to an LED bulb. Let's get started. So this is where the light is located. This right here is the light, and I will explain how to remove this now. First of all, there is a clip right here that you need to remove. It just pinches in and you can pull it out. Then there is a clip right here that you need to push inwards and the light will fall down. Like so. And it will come out of the housing. Now if you are upgrading to these genuine LED ones, it's as simple as just replacing these. Just plugging the connector back in and running it. But if you are changing the bulbs, the process is a little different. The process involves getting rid of the metal backing in the stock housing. It has two clips holding it from each side. And the task here is to get all four of those free while they try to re-clip themselves back in each time you remove them. When you've taken the backing plate out, the bulb can be just pushed out. It's a 3-watt bulb. The genuine OEM housing is only 0.1 watts. Here you can place the T10 LED bulb of your choice. Going with a higher quality bulb with the temperature of your choice is recommended here. And before you put the backing plate in place, check for polarity. LEDs, being diodes, have polarity, and you can check if you put them in correctly before you put it all back. When you know it works, close the case and run your light. Before you make your choice, here is a quick comparison. This is the genuine replacement, this is the stock halogen housing, and this is a bulb replacement in stock housing. The process for the passenger footwell light is the same as well. This right here is the light, and if we go at the back of it, we can see that it has the same design. It has a clip and a connector. You just undo the connector. It's pretty easy. Push the clip from one side and just pull these out. Beware of one thing, these being halogen and have a metal housing means that these can get really hot. So just be aware of that and be careful with these. After removing it, it's just a matter of putting the new one back in. The connectors of these lights actually have a small notch on it, as you can see right here. And the lights itself have a notch as well. So there's no way to put them in the wrong orientation. There's just one way and that's the right way. So it's totally idiot proof. Now if we were replacing only the footwell lights, it was that easy. But we still have this to take care of, the dome light. So if you have a similar dome light design, this is how you get rid of this reflector panel in front of it. Just push from the front a little and pull this out. Just like so. So what if you had a halogen bulb in there? How do you get rid of it? Well, you just pull this prong to the right and the bulb will fall out. So be ready to catch it. And if it were hot or if it were on recently, then do not catch it in your hands. Get a rag or something, either a rag or anything that won't burn your hands, but at the same time you'll be able to catch it. Now this one wasn't hot at all. I just put it in, so it's totally fine if I just remove it like this. And now to replace it, I have this LED bulb. This is a 41mm LED bulb. I bought it out from Amazon, and I'll just fit it now. I'll just push it out and put it in place. That's it. There you go. Perfect. While installing this again, notice these tabs. Push them into the plastic part of this and just push this back in. Perfect. And now all of your lights are converted to LED. But what if I told you there was a way to get rear footwell lights as well, and that too the OEM way? Now to have rear footwell lights as well, you will require a couple of more of these housings, the footwell lights. Now these don't need to be these particular ones. It can easily be the ones that are running up front, the halogen ones, and you can purchase them from Boodmo and you can run those here, but it will require some extra wiring. This is some wiring that I've purchased, and it is quite expensive. I will tell you before you consider purchasing it. What it does is it takes the signal up from up front and splits it into two. As you can see here, splits it into two. So one of these will run the one up front and the other one will run the one in the rear. So if you want to run the light in the back, you can use this wiring, or show your electrician these connectors and all. If they can source these for you, just fabricate a wire of your own. I know people who have just tapped the wires and jumped them so they can run the lights in the rear as well. But I mean, there are so many options. So I just purchased this wire and I can source this wire for you as well. And I'm using these genuine footwell lights in the rear as well, as you can see. This is how this wire will work, the one I have ordered. It has this connector right here and then a short length wire which will power the one up front, as I mentioned earlier. You just disconnect the connector from the light, you just pull it out, plug it into this, and now the short length one, you can use it to power the light up front, just like that, and a longer length one will go to the back. As you can see, this has power as well. Now it's just a matter of routing this light to the back seat. There are two ways that you can go, either from the right side trim or from the left side trim. The left side trim requires a lot of work. I've noticed that the right side trim is really easy. By the right side I mean the center console trim is really easy to hide this wire and route it under there, and I will show you how I'm going to do that. To hide this wire, we are going to go back under this panel right here. It's pretty loosely held on there. You just pull it once and it will come out. Now tightly take the wire up there, just pull the panel out it like this and pull the excess wire and try to hide it as best as you can. There are a few plastic pieces up here that you can route the wire behind, and it works perfectly. Now this wire that you see right here, it won't be visible from a normal height, as you can see. Only from down here is it visible. Now it's just a matter of tucking these wires in behind this trim, and it doesn't come loose. The trim is pretty loose, but the wires don't come out because this trim actually has an edge, so when you lift it up you can notice the edge, and just push it to the point where it has crossed the edge, so it can just fall out. While trying to tuck all of the wire in, you will have to move the seat front and back a couple of times. Just make sure that the wires don't get caught up in the rail and cut themselves, because if you go for this wire is pretty expensive. If you go for any of the wires, you still don't want to cut it. So just make sure that they're clear of rails when you move the seat front or back while trying to tuck the wires in the trim. Now I've routed the cable till the point I desired. If you can see right here, this right here is the cable, and now it's exactly under the center of the seat, and there's a lot of excess wire down there. Now we will access it from the back. Now as you can see, we have the connector back here and we can run the light as well. It is difficult to get an angle down there to describe how I got the light stuck, so I will describe it on this side. where the fabric is a little loose. I just punctured a hole in the seat cover and then routed a zip tie through it and then just put the connector back in. Why did I do this is because I can now adjust the angle of it slightly so it throws light over here. Otherwise there is a way. There are a lot of these rubber bands or bungee things going under the seat. You can get the light stuck there, but it actually won't throw enough light on this. If you are going with the halogen housing with LED bulbs, they'll be a lot brighter. So I don't think you'll have to do this with them. But with these genuine OEM ones, I had to change the location of these. Otherwise, I actually had them under here, where there's these rubber bands. But the light throw wasn't adequate. So, and with about all of this extra wiring, you can fold it nicely, organize it nicely, and then just use one of these rubber bands and just push them up there. Just make sure that the wire coming from the trim is not loose and going everywhere. Just keep that tight and you can just loosely pack these up here. And this is how you get rear footwell lights, but this method actually depended on the fact that you had front footwell lights. What if you do not have front footwell lights? Well, then there are aftermarket solutions for it, and there are so many products to choose from, and if when done properly they look really good actually. So this is just the OEM way, the genuine OEM way. These are genuine LED footwell lights, and I've routed them to the back as well. They can further be routed to your boot, like you can drill this section out and get them attached over here. The only catch would be though is that you want those lights to be activated when the boot is open. Get them attached over here and run the power through the warning signal that goes to the dash that your boot is open. So an electrician would be easily capable of doing this, and I'm just giving you an idea that yeah, this is possible. All you need are these halogen housings or those LED housings. That is all. So to conclude the video, I will explain one last time what all your options are if you want to change your interior to an entire LED setup. You can either go with these LED housings, the genuine ones, and I can try to source these for you. The other way is going with the halogen ones and replacing them with the T10 LED bulb. The look of these totally depends on the bulbs you go for. I've heard Osrams are pretty nice, the 4000 Kelvin ones, so you can just replace those in this housing, or you can just go absolutely aftermarket and get the kit which has RGB in it as well. And when done correctly, as I said, they look really good. So I just wanted the OEM way, the plug and play OEM way. That is why I bought the particular wire and I bought the set. I bought 4 of these for it. If you want to extend this to the boot, you will require another one, actually just one alone. And one last thing I want to mention is that if you run these halogen housings with halogen bulbs in it for your seats as well, like for the rear footwell, I have to tell you that these get really, really hot. The metal backing gets really hot because the bulb inside of it gets really hot. So I don't want it to cause a fire hazard in your car. So be careful with these. That's all I want to tell you. So this is how I converted my Polo's interior to all LED, and I hope you enjoyed the process and results as much as I did. In the next video, we will be lowering the Polo and I'll share the details and pricing of different setups available as well.